He has been a leading player in the Pakistan sector, bringing new discoveries all the way. Also the commercial side of the business as well. You have been helping Pakistan to formulate the policy as well, to help government to create a environment which is more friendly. So, sir, what's your take on how we should look in the future about frontier basins and mature basins?
Hello. So, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. Let me start by saying that it's symposiums and gatherings like this where I feel that, society, it's like a bank. You can't keep withdrawing without depositing something in. So let me really congratulate you and the team here that's been able to put this very successful session together. So how I look at exploring frontiers, I mean, it's very clear, right? There's an entire argument of the intellectuals now that the big TCF discoveries are done in Pakistan and whatnot. But I think that the big TCF discoveries are only now going to be found in the frontier regions. And what we call wildcat wells in our lingo, I think that that is a high risk geological endeavor. However, the risks are equally high. And I think one of the biggest challenges in Pakistan now, if you look at the recent discoveries like Baska North by our friends in Al-Hajj, Wali with OGDCL, Banu West, which is now called the Waziristan block, it goes on to show that in these frontiers, that it is possible to come up with big TCF discoveries. The issue I feel is the access, as our friend here very rightly pointed out, that security. I mean, under the PCA under which we operate, as a very dear friend of mine likes to say, almost all the responsibilities are mostly on the operators. One of the responsibilities of the state and the government is to provide us security. So I think that one of the key challenges is going to be access to those areas. And I think we've proven that as a result, when we are given this access, then, the discoveries are forthcoming. So that's how I would like to answer the first part of your questions. And then moving on, as far as the fiscal regimes are concerned, I think that history speaks for itself. If you look at 2012, when the government of Pakistan and our regulator gave us the price incentive, the investment in the country grew. There were many, I can tell you, many new fields that were discovered. Companies increased their footprint in Pakistan. So I think fiscal regime stability, that is really a key here. And let me again congratulate the SIFC in particular. We heard this earlier today. I think the role that they're playing as an enabler with the regulator, that is something to be commended. And I think we need more of these policies, these incentives, and especially stability in the framework moving forward. And I think last but not the least, when you talk about mature basins, I can say, for example, very proudly about MOL, that the tight gas reservoirs that we had, changing the drilling techniques that we have, we've now made them commercially viable. So technology obviously plays a very key role in all of this. Look at our friends in OGDCL with their submersible pumps, how they have, increased their production, their ability to bring in IOR, EOR in the industry is again something very commendable. But again, that's where the policy regimes come in, that there should be policies that should, promote these new technologies from being introduced at the market. So I think this is how I look at it. And again, new policies, new incentives. But in the end, what I'd like to say, that, we talk, obviously, we want more investment, and we ourselves are an investor in the country. But I think the free cash flow of all the state-owned NOCs or the other companies is actually quite good at the moment. And with the stability in the macroeconomics coming, I think the free access and security, that will really change the